Every girl wants a man she cannot tame, not a man who auditions for love. You know this, folks. Most men try to be chosen by being extra available. They text too fast, explain too much, reschedule life just to keep attention warm. They mistake niceness for strength and comfort for chemistry. Then they wonder why she drifts, why the spark fades, why effort turns invisible. If that sounds familiar, you are not broken. You were trained to play the wrong game. Here is the shift. Stop selling yourself and start standing in yourself. A masculine man is not loud or needy. He is clear. He has a mission that leads the day, boundaries that protect his peace, and a presence that speaks even when he is silent. He does not chase approval. He commands respect by the way he moves, the way he waits, and the way he can walk away. In this video, I will show you the core rules to become that man in real life, not just in theory. Straight talk, practical steps, no fluff. You will learn how to hold calm under pressure, how to create tension without games, and how to let your standards do the seducing for you. If you have ever felt tired of trying harder for less, this is your turning point. Stay here. This changes everything. Let's get into it. Number 1. She feels you have no competition. Let me tell you something, my friend. Nothing kills attraction faster than insecurity disguised as attention. When a woman feels that you're competing, comparing, or chasing validation from her or anyone else, she feels it instantly. Women are emotional lie detectors. They can sense when a man's energy shifts from grounded to needy, from confident presence to anxious approval-seeking. And once that happens, game over. Here's the truth. When you believe you have competition, you start acting like it. You analyze her texts, question her tone, overthink every delay. You turn small things like her laughing at another man's joke into a personal attack. What you don't realize is that your reaction tells her more about you than it does about him. The moment you feel threatened, you stop being the mountain and start being the leaf blown around by every breeze of her attention. Let's look at a real story. David, 54, from Colorado, was dating Julia, 49. She's charming, social, and works in event planning, always around people. At first things were good, but every time Julia mentioned a co-worker's name or got a message during dinner, David's energy changed. He wouldn't say anything outright, but he'd get quiet, distracted, she noticed. She felt his insecurity like static in the air, and within weeks her attraction started to fade, not because of another man, but because she stopped feeling safe around his energy. Then David did something different. After a talk with a friend who lived by Stoic principles, he made a choice: no reacting, no chasing ghosts. He started focusing on himself again, morning runs, reading his business goals. The next time Julia mentioned another man's name, he smiled and said, "That's good. Sounds like you've got a solid team." Then he went back to his meal. Calm, steady, unbothered. That moment changed everything. His peace reminded her of his power. His detachment made her curious again. She started leaning back toward him, testing his calm, and every time he passed, quietly. See, women test not to hurt you, but to feel you. They want to know if your confidence is real or just a performance. When she talks about another man, laughs at someone's joke, or pulls away slightly, she's subconsciously asking, "Are you still grounded, or will you fall apart?" A true masculine man never enters the competition. He is the competition. He knows no one can be him, because no one else has his discipline, his peace, his mission. The Stoics taught that the only real battle is within the self. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. When you master that, no man can shake you, no woman can unbalance you." Because you understand attention is not affection, and presence is not possession. You let others do what they do while you stay unmoved, unbothered, and undeniably grounded. David didn't need to prove anything. He simply was. And that calm confidence reignited Julia's respect. She couldn't stop thinking about how he no longer needed reassurance. That shift from reacting to leading changed everything. So my friend, remember this: the moment you stop competing, you start commanding. The calm man always wins. Type this in the comments to lock it in. I am the standard. And trust me, what comes next will show you how purpose, not pursuit, keeps her chasing your energy. Number 2. Your mission comes before her. A man without a mission becomes a man without gravity. And when you lose gravity, everything around you, your focus, your discipline, your peace, even her attraction starts floating away. You see, every woman can feel when a man's center is her, instead of himself. At first it feels flattering to her ego, but soon it feels heavy. She doesn't want to be your direction, she wants to be drawn into it. Most men confuse love with priority. They think putting her first shows loyalty. But what it really shows is loss of balance. When you bend your purpose to fit her world, you stop leading. You become reactive, adjusting your energy to her moods, her texts, her schedule. And once she senses that she unconsciously steps out of her feminine state and into control, that's when the polarity dies. The fire turns into friendship and the desire disappears. A Stoic man knows his purpose isn't negotiable. Epictetus said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." That's the frame of a masculine life. You don't wait for her to understand your drive. You define it, live it, and protect it. Your mission comes first, not because she doesn't matter, but because without direction, nothing else does. This doesn't mean you ignore her. It means you don't orbit her. You listen, you care, you connect, but you never abandon your lane. When you skip the gym to text her, when you cancel your plans to soothe her mood, when you delay your goals to keep her happy, you're teaching her that your purpose is for sale. And deep down, she starts to lose respect. Not out of cruelty, but because her instincts tell her, if he can be pulled away from his purpose, how can he protect mine? The masculine energy is built through pursuit, not pursuit of her, but pursuit of your why. When your life is built around progress, she feels safe in your frame. She doesn't want to lead. She wants to rest in your leadership. And that leadership only comes when your vision outranks your emotions. Seneca said, "He who is brave is free." To stay brave, you must be willing to lose comfort for clarity. If your mission demands long hours, say so. If your goals require solitude, own it. The right woman will respect your grind. The wrong one will resent it. Either way, you keep building, because the man who sacrifices his path for approval will one day resent the very person he tried to please. Your mission gives you magnetism. It gives your silence weight, your presence power, your time meaning. The man who's busy creating doesn't need validation, and that mystery is irresistible. Women aren't drawn to men who have free time. They're drawn to men who make time. So stay on your path. Build, grind, grow. Let her see your ambition, not through your words, but through your rhythm. Because when your purpose leads, she follows naturally, not out of obedience, but out of admiration. You don't need to tell her you're focused. Just be focused. The man with direction never needs to announce it. It's felt. Write this in the comments to ground it in your mind. I lead my purpose, because that's what makes a woman lean in. Not your attention, but your direction. Number 3. Fear turns her off, calm turns her on. There's one thing that kills attraction faster than any mistake you could ever make: fear. Not the kind of fear that keeps you alive, but the fear of losing control, of not being enough, of being left behind. Women feel that fear instantly. It's not what you say, it's the energy behind what you say. When a man moves from confidence to anxiety, she doesn't need to hear a word, she feels it. And once she feels it, desire begins to fade. Let's talk about a man named Mark, 52, from Seattle. Mark was dating Elena, 48, a woman who loved strong men, but had been through her share of emotional chaos. At first, everything clicked. Good chemistry, deep talks, real connection. But soon Mark started worrying. He noticed her taking longer to reply, mentioning her ex and spending more time with her friends. His mind began racing. Did I do something wrong? Is she losing interest? That fear made him check his phone constantly, send double texts, and even bring up conversations about commitment too soon. Elena didn't get angry, she got distant. Not because she didn't like him, but because his fear made her feel unsafe. She didn't see strength anymore. She saw instability. Then something changed. One day Mark read a quote by Epictetus. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. He realized that fear had made him reactive, not rational. So he stopped texting first. He slowed down. He focused on his training, his work, his peace. When Elena reached out again, he didn't rush to reply. He took his time. When she joked about him being distant, he smiled and said, "Just focused lately, feels good." That calmness shifted everything. Suddenly, she was the one seeking reassurance, initiating plans, re-engaging emotionally. Why? Because calm is magnetic. Here's the truth, my friend: women are drawn to men who can hold their ground under emotional pressure. When chaos shows up, the test, the tension, the silence, your reaction reveals everything. Fear says, "Please choose me." Calm says, "I already chose myself." And that's what turns her on. Not arrogance, not coldness, just composure, the quiet confidence that says, "Whatever happens, I'll be fine." The Stoics mastered this centuries ago. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but your estimate of it." Translation: your fear is a story, one you control. When you learn to pause, instead of panic, you change how people feel around you. You become the calm in her storm, the man who steadies her without trying to fix her. Mark learned that his calm didn't just change her behavior, it changed his energy. He slept better. He worked harder. He stopped needing her reaction to feel valuable. And that's when the polarity returned. Because calmness isn't passive, it's dominance through control. So remember, this fear makes you chase. Calm makes her come closer. Every woman is wired to trust stability. Be the man who breathes through pressure, who smiles in silence, who leads through peace. Say this out loud, or better yet, write it in the comments: I choose calm. Because that, my friend, is the moment you stop seeking her approval and start commanding her attraction. Number 4. Never suffer because of a woman. Pain is inevitable. Suffering is a choice. And the moment you start suffering over a woman, you've already given her your peace, your power, and your purpose. Every man has been there: the long nights, overthinking, replaying every word, wondering what went wrong. But here's the truth, my friend. You're not suffering because of her. You're suffering because you made her your emotional center. You gave her control over how you feel. A Stoic man never gives anyone that kind of control. He feels pain, yes, he's human, but he never identifies with it. He observes it, learns from it, then lets it pass. The difference between pain and suffering is attachment. Pain happens. Suffering is when you hold on to it and build a story around it. She betrayed me. She changed. I wasn't enough. Those thoughts don't heal you. They trap you. Seneca wrote, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." Most of your pain doesn't come from what happened. It comes from how you keep replaying it. You analyze texts, stalk social media, and feed your wounds instead of closing them. You tell yourself that feeling deeply means you care, but in truth it often means you've lost discipline. Emotional control isn't coldness, it's courage. The Stoics believed that all suffering starts when we try to control what we cannot. You can't control her choices, her moods, or her attention. You can only control your response. When she withdraws, you stay calm. When she tests you, you stay composed. When she leaves, you keep moving forward. Because the moment you start chasing closure, you stop being centered. The masculine energy thrives on self-command, not self-pity. Here's a shift in mindset. Her rejection is not a wound, it's information. Her silence is not punishment, it's feedback. Every reaction is a mirror, showing you where you've lost control. And when you start seeing through that lens, suffering ends. Because now nothing she does can unbalance you. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Freedom doesn't come from changing her, it comes from mastering your response to her. That's the Stoic path. When you can look pain in the face and still move with grace, you stop being reactive and start being rare. You become the kind of man she remembers, not because you begged, but because you stayed solid when others would have broken. You're not meant to escape pain. You're meant to outgrow it. You learn, you rebuild, you become untouchable. When you stop suffering for a woman, you start attracting better women, the kind who feel safe around your stability. Because nothing is more magnetic than a man who cannot be shaken by loss. And if you're serious about mastering that kind of strength, not fake confidence but real emotional control, join our Stoic Brotherhood membership. Inside, I share exclusive lessons, weekly deep dives and private Q&A sessions that help you embody this power in real life. No theory, no fluff, just the mindset and systems that keep your peace unbreakable. So write this down. I choose peace. And stay right here, because the next principle will show you how to protect that peace when she tries to change you. Number 5. Never change to please her. Let's talk about one of the most dangerous traps a man can fall into: changing himself to keep a woman happy. At first it sounds harmless. You tell yourself, it's just compromise. You adjust your habits, your routines, your opinions, little by little, until one day you look in the mirror and realize you don't recognize the man staring back. That's not growth, my friend. That's erosion. And once you start eroding yourself to fit her comfort, she stops respecting you. Let me show you what that looks like. Daniel, 58, from Florida, started dating Rachel, 53, after his divorce. She was charming, confident, opinionated. At first, she loved his independence, his morning runs, his business trips, his quiet evenings with a book. But a few months in, the tests began. Do you really need to work so much? Why don't you stay home this weekend? You should dress more like this. Daniel wanted peace, so he gave in. He skipped the gym. He cancelled a trip. He changed his wardrobe to match her taste. And for a little while, things seemed fine until they weren't. Rachel started pulling back, finding him less interesting. The spark faded. What happened? He thought he was giving love, but what she saw was a man abandoning his backbone. The very traits that attracted her, discipline, certainty, individuality, were gone, and without them she lost attraction. Not because she was cruel, but because she could no longer feel his strength. Here's the truth: a woman doesn't fall for your compliance. She falls for your conviction. She wants to feel your direction, not design it for you. Every time you change to please her, you teach her that your approval depends on hers, and that's the death of respect. You become predictable, soft, and eventually invisible. Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." That means you live your principles without apology. You listen, yes, but you don't bend your identity to be liked. A Stoic man isn't stubborn. He's steady. He considers input, weighs it against his values, and then decides. That's leadership. That's what makes her relax into her feminine when she feels you can't be swayed by emotional waves. Daniel learned this the hard way. After Rachel left, he rebuilt. He went back to his discipline: early mornings, business-focused gym sessions. Months later, she texted him out of the blue. She said, "You seem different." He replied, "No, just back to myself." That's all he needed to say, because confidence doesn't chase, it attracts. So don't twist yourself into something you're not. Growth is choosing to become better for you, not changing to make someone else stay. If she respects you, she'll adjust to your rhythm. If she doesn't, she was never meant to walk beside you. Either way, you win because you stayed true. Listen, folks, your mission defines your shape. The moment you reshape yourself for approval, you lose your edge. And when a man loses his edge, he loses his attraction. Stay grounded, stay consistent, and she'll either rise to meet you or drift away. Both outcomes. Protect your peace. Write this in the comments to anchor it. I stay true. And keep watching, because what's next will show you how not caring about her opinion actually multiplies her attraction. Number 6. Don't care what she thinks of you. Every man wants to be liked, that's human. But the moment you need to be liked, you lose power. You become predictable, cautious, and worse, forgettable. The truth is, the more you care about what she thinks, the less she feels you. Because attraction doesn't live in approval, it lives in authenticity. A woman can sense instantly when a man edits himself to stay likable, and the second she feels that her respect starts to fade. When you care too much about her opinion, you start to shrink. You talk softer. You agree faster. You stop saying what you mean. You avoid disagreement like it's poison. But here's the twist. It's agreement that kills attraction, not tension. Women don't want a yes man. They want a real man. Someone who stands his ground even when she disagrees. Someone whose energy says, "You can have your opinion, but it doesn't change who I am." The Stoics understood this better than anyone. Epictetus said, "If you wish to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." Meaning, if you live by truth, people won't always understand you, and that's fine. You're not here to fit her image of the perfect man. You're here to embody your own principles. That's what makes you magnetic. Think about it when a woman throws a test like, "You're kind of cold," or "You never say the right things." She's not looking for you to apologize. She's reading your reaction. Most men panic and try to fix it. "No, I didn't mean it like that," or "I'll do better." Wrong move. All she feels is your insecurity. But when you shrug lightly and say, "That's just how I am," the frame shifts. Suddenly, you're the calm in the storm. You've shown her that her words don't dictate your worth. That composure is what separates a man from a boy. The boy adjusts to be accepted. The man holds his frame and lets others adjust to him. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Be tolerant with others and strict with yourself." Meaning, you can listen, respect her opinion, even laugh at her teasing, but your core remains untouchable. You live by your values, not her validation. When you reach that level of calm self-possession, something interesting happens. The same woman who once tested you starts trusting you. She may still disagree, still push, but deep down she knows you won't collapse under pressure. That's where attraction deepens, not through constant agreement but through stability. Because every woman, consciously or not, seeks a man who doesn't sway with her emotions. The paradox is this: when you stop needing her approval, she starts giving it freely. When you stop performing, she starts admiring. When you stop chasing validation, she starts chasing connection. Confidence isn't about arrogance, it's about being unmoved. It's the quiet strength of knowing who you are with or without her praise. So stop explaining yourself. Stop asking, "Did that upset you?" Stop trying to manage her perception. You're not here to be liked by everyone, especially not at the cost of your masculinity. The man who owns his truth will always outshine the one who hides behind politeness. Write this in the comments to remind yourself, "I stand firm." And stay tuned, because the next rule will show you how silence itself can turn desire into obsession. Number 7. Speak less, let energy speak more. Silence isn't weakness, it's power under control. The man who can stay quiet when others rush to speak commands every room he walks into, because his calm tells a story louder than words ever could. Most men don't get this. They try to prove themselves with explanations, charm, or logic. But here's the truth: women don't fall for explanations, they fall for presence. Let's look at a real story. Stephen, 55, from Arizona, met Claire, 51, at a friend's dinner. She was bright, talkative, and quick-witted. Stephen, on the other hand, spoke little. He listened. When he did speak, his tone was slow, deliberate, confident. Claire was used to men who fought for her attention, cracking jokes, bragging about careers, interrupting to impress. Stephen didn't do any of that. He just was. Calm, grounded. His stillness made her curious. She found herself talking more, leaning in, closer, searching his eyes for reactions. He hadn't said much, but he didn't need to. His silence made him magnetic. That's the secret. When you stop trying to prove yourself through words, your energy starts doing the talking. Women read tone, posture, pauses, eye contact. They feel what you don't say. When you speak less, every word gains weight. Every gesture carries intent. The mystery you create in silence gives her something her mind can't immediately decode, and that's what keeps her thinking about you. The Stoics understood this centuries ago. Epictetus said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." A disciplined man doesn't rush to fill space. He allows silence to work for him. He observes before acting, measures before responding. That kind of composure radiates confidence. The weak man tries to control attention with words. The strong man holds attention with stillness. Women test silence all the time. They'll tease you, provoke you, even try to make you react, just to see if you'll break. Most men take the bait. They over-explain, defend themselves, or chase reassurance. But the man who can smile, say little, and stay calm under tension, that man stands out. Because his quiet isn't emptiness, it's focus. It says, "I'm not here to entertain you. I'm here to be myself." Stephen learned this instinctively. A few weeks into dating, Claire admitted, "You don't talk much, but somehow I feel calm around you." That's the paradox. The less he spoke, the more she trusted him. Why? Because his silence wasn't avoidance, it was control. It gave her space to feel her own emotions instead of reacting to his. That's what makes a woman relax. Not the man who explains everything, but the one who doesn't have to. Your energy tells the truth about you. You can fake words, but not presence. When your breathing is steady, your posture grounded, your eye contact consistent, she feels safe and intrigued at the same time. You become the still point in her chaos. So speak less. Let your tone, your eyes, your calmness do the work. Let her feel your energy before she hears your story. The more mystery you create, the more attention you command. Write this below to claim it. I speak through silence. And keep watching, because what's next will show you how pulling back your attention makes her chase your energy even harder. Number 8. Give her space to chase you. Here's one of the hardest truths for most men to accept. The more you chase her, the faster she runs. But when you pull back, when you give her space, that's when her curiosity and desire start to grow. A woman can't miss what never leaves her. And she can't feel attraction when you're always available, always responding, always orbiting her world. The modern man thinks attention equals affection. He believes constant reassurance, quick replies, and endless effort will prove his worth. But what it really does is remove mystery. You become predictable, and what's predictable is never exciting. Real attraction lives in tension, the space between your presence and your absence. The Stoics understood this principle long before modern psychology did. Seneca wrote, "Absence is to love what wind is to fire. It extinguishes the small, it inflames the great." The same applies to attraction. When you step back, the woman who's truly connected to you will feel that absence not as rejection but as gravity. It gives her room to feel, to miss, to imagine. That's when desire starts working in your favor. When you're always there, she doesn't get the emotional contrast she needs. There's no rhythm, no polarity, no reason to think about you when you're gone because you never are gone. A Stoic man knows how to create healthy distance. He doesn't disappear to play games. He pulls back to protect his peace. He gives her space not to punish her, but to let her energy meet his halfway. Here's the paradox. The man who doesn't chase becomes the man she chases because his energy says, "I'm complete on my own." That kind of confidence is magnetic. It tells her that your world doesn't stop when she steps away, and that's what draws her back. You become the calm center of her storm, not another wave crashing for attention. This doesn't mean ghosting her or playing cold. It means slowing down your responses, choosing your presence intentionally, and letting silence do some of the work. When she pulls back, don't panic, don't fill the gap. Let her notice it, let her feel it. And when she reaches out, don't rush to reward it. Meet her energy with balance. Marcus Aurelius said, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." Apply that to attention. If it's not grounded, don't give it. If it's not reciprocated, don't force it. Your time and your presence are currency. Spend them where they are valued. That restraint doesn't make you less masculine. It defines your masculinity. When you give her space, you give her something to pursue your stability. She starts chasing not because you're unavailable, but because you represent what she can't easily find: a man who doesn't need to be chosen to know his worth. And when she comes back, and she will, you don't greet her with resentment. You greet her with calm. You lead with composure, not commentary. That's how you teach her your value without a single word. Because, my friend, real power isn't in how much attention you give, it's in how gracefully you withhold it. Write this down to remember it. I create space. And stay here, because what's next will show you how to make her work to earn your approval and respect. Number 9. Make her earn your approval. Here's the truth, my friend. The moment you start seeking her approval, you've already lost your frame. Most men don't even realize they're doing it. They think being agreeable, accommodating, and constantly validating her feelings is the path to love. But in reality, it's the fastest road to losing her respect. Because women are not attracted to men who beg for validation, they're drawn to men whose approval must be earned. Let's look at a real example. Michael, 56, from Texas, started seeing Lauren, 52, a woman who was beautiful, successful, and used to being pursued. Michael liked her a lot. From the beginning, he went all in, texting daily, complimenting her constantly, even rearranging his schedule to match hers. At first, Lauren enjoyed it, but after a while she grew distant. She didn't feel that spark anymore. Michael couldn't understand why. "I treat her so well," he said. "I do everything right." But that was the problem. He gave everything before she earned anything. When you give your validation too easily, you remove the tension that keeps attraction alive. A woman can't value what she doesn't work for. When you treat her like she's already the prize, she subconsciously sees you as the one chasing, and polarity dies. What keeps her interested isn't your approval. It's the sense that she still has to win it. A Stoic man understands this principle deeply. Epictetus said, "The key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best." Translation: not everyone earns your energy, and that includes women. A woman must show consistency, loyalty, and emotional maturity before she gets your full investment. You don't withhold affection to play games, you simply give it with discernment. That's called masculine restraint, and it's rare. Lauren eventually started to notice something about Michael. He was always available, always eager. There was no challenge left. But after a few months, something changed. Michael stopped chasing. He started focusing on his own projects again, training, travel, reconnecting with friends. He didn't text first. He didn't ask for updates. Suddenly, Lauren was the one asking questions. "Are you seeing someone? You've been quiet lately." That shift happened the moment he stopped giving his validation away like a gift and started treating it like currency. See, women crave a man whose respect means something. They don't want endless approval, they want the thrill of earning it. When she does something thoughtful, acknowledge it. When she crosses a boundary, stay silent and let her feel that energy shift. She'll quickly realize your attention has weight, and that's when she starts valuing it. Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Live that. Be the man who doesn't need to say he has standards, his actions show it. You smile when she earns your respect, not when she demands it. You give warmth when she aligns with your values, not when she tests them." Michael learned that lesson. Once he became the prize, Lauren re-engaged. She began showing effort again, planning dates, initiating contact, mirroring his energy. Not because he played games, but because he reset the dynamic. So here's your reminder, she's not the one who defines your worth, you do. Make her earn your attention, your time, and especially your approval. That's what keeps her invested. Write this in the comments to ground it. I am the prize. And don't go anywhere, because next you'll learn the ultimate Stoic rule that makes you unforgettable even after you walk away. Number 10. Walk away but stay desired. There's a moment every man faces, the moment when walking away isn't about giving up, but about reclaiming control. That moment separates men who chase from men who choose. Because, my friend, every powerful man understands this. Leaving with calm strength creates more desire than staying in weakness ever could. You see, most men walk away emotionally broken. They storm out, they argue, they beg for closure, they check her social media like it's a lifeline. That's not walking away, that's still chasing. True detachment doesn't look dramatic. It's quiet, clean, certain. It says, "You can do what you want, but my value doesn't move." That energy lingers long after you're gone. That's how you stay desired. When a woman loses interest or pulls away, the average man reacts. He sends paragraphs, tries to fix things, tries to prove he's worth keeping. But the masculine man, the Stoic man, steps back and lets silence speak. Because silence has weight. It creates the one thing no argument ever can: curiosity. And curiosity is the seed of desire. You don't need to punish her, ignore her, or play cold. You just stop feeding what doesn't feed you back. You redirect that energy into your mission, your body, your peace. You become the man she can't easily reach, not because you're trying to manipulate her, but because your attention has purpose again. You walk away without closing the door, and that's what keeps her wondering. Here's what most men miss: women don't remember the guy who stayed begging for attention. They remember the one who walked away with composure, the one who didn't need to explain his worth, the one who didn't try to make her feel guilty, just made her feel his absence. That's power. That's emotional control at its peak. The Stoics taught that detachment isn't apathy, it's mastery. Epictetus said, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control." When you walk away, you're not rejecting her. You're rejecting the illusion that your peace depends on her. You take your power back by refusing to live reactively. And here's the paradox: when you truly detach, she feels it. The emotional current between you shifts. Suddenly she's no longer in control of the rhythm. She starts questioning, how can he just walk away like that? Does he not care? That thought alone keeps your energy alive in her mind. Because desire doesn't come from closeness, it comes from the possibility of loss. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If someone can prove me wrong, I will gladly change. But until then, I will follow reason." That's Stoic detachment, not reacting out of ego, but walking away from what no longer aligns with your peace. You don't burn bridges. You don't dramatize endings. You simply step back with clarity and let time reveal the truth. And the beautiful thing is this: when you walk away the right way, you don't lose attraction, you multiply it. Because your silence forces her to confront her own emotions. She begins to replay your calmness, your last words, your energy. She starts to feel the void, not because of your absence, but because of what that absence represents: strength, discipline, self-respect. That's what staying desired really means. It's not about strategy or revenge. It's about becoming the kind of man whose peace is more seductive than any apology. You stop trying to prove, and you start embodying presence. You show that your attention is a gift, not a guarantee. So when it's time to walk away, do it with silence, do it with self-respect, and do it knowing that the calmness you leave behind will echo louder than any words ever could. Say this out loud to remind yourself, every time your emotions start to pull you back, I walk away with power. Because real masculinity isn't about keeping her, it's about keeping your peace. And when you master that, you'll never lose her completely. You'll always stay desired. What you've learned in this video isn't about tricks or manipulation, it's about mastery. The 10 rules you've just heard are not meant to make you someone else. They're designed to bring you back to who you truly are, calm, grounded, and in control. Because being a masculine man isn't about dominance or charm, it's about discipline. It's about leading yourself first, so no one else can lead you off your path. When you live by these Stoic principles, women feel it, the world respects it, and your peace becomes unshakable. If you're ready to go deeper, to learn how to build unbreakable emotional control, Stoic confidence, and real masculine presence, join our Stoic Brotherhood membership. You'll get exclusive access to private lessons, advanced mindset training, and conversations that go far beyond what we share here. And if this message spoke to you, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Stay part of a community of men who are done chasing and ready to lead with strength and clarity. Thank you for watching, my friend. Stay disciplined, stay calm, and as always, I'll see you tomorrow.